Hey guys, GameFan here, and I just wanted to make a little short video about the 6 super rare, super unique items, because there has been a lot of discourse about it, and by discourse I mean just people from each group telling the other one to shut the fuck up, their opinion is wrong, and I kind of want to just give some numbers to it on just how rare these items are. I'm not really gonna say my opinion throughout it. I might say it at the end, so stay tuned for that. Probably you don't give a shit about it. But let's just get into it. These are the 6 unique items we are talking about: the Ring of Starless Skies, the Andariel's Visage, Doombringer, Grandfather, and the Harlequin Crest, and the Melted Heart of Selig. Now, I don't really want to get into how OP these items are because they're really good, but just more on the numbers front, because a lot of people don't really agree on how rare these items should be or they shouldn't be. And one of the things I've seen is the main problem with it is they are droppable from 85 plus enemies, and that means a rather large percentage of players are just not eligible to drop these items because they are just simply too low level. Like being on vertical 4 is not enough. It's kind of a like a callback to D2, I feel like, with the 85 plus. But the thing is, there have been like millions and millions of players so far, and the only number I've seen for 85 or above players is like 200,000, which I don't know how accurate that number is. I don't know how where that person got that number from, but I'm going to base this on, and then you can correct me if you just, I don't know, get a more accurate number or whatever, because it's really important on just measuring how rare these items are. There have been currently 3 known drops, 2 of them for the Harlequin Crest and 1 for the Doombringer. So that means we have 3 drops total, and we need to get just on average how much playtime has there been on those level 85 plus players, because the game has been out since the 1st of June and today is the 26th. So now that is like 25 days or so. Now let's don't really count the early access because there's just like a lot of people. There hasn't been 200,000 players since day 1, but maybe from day 4 we can count it. Just make things easier and a bit more generalized, and then we can say we overestimated it. And I feel like it's gonna be in the margin that is quite okay with these people. So just get like, yeah, this is gonna be a good background for me to do it. And the number of hours there has been since the actual day 1 of the game and today is around 500-ish hours. It's just 3 weeks in hours. It's just the easiest way to say it. It's 504 hours, and that for 200,000 players is 100 million hours of playtime. Now, within those 100 millions of hours of playtime, there have been 3 drops, which makes it 33 million hours of playtime for every single drop, technically, for those 200,000 people. And if we say that, that is kind of dark, like that is very bad. Just to, I don't know, to put it into a little bit more of a perspective, it would be 196,000 weeks. You know, that's 3,777 years on average for you to drop a single one. I have seen the opinion that it's completely okay that they are this rare, because I could farm for weeks if I want a very rare item. If we just take another example, which is the Mang Song's lesson, this bad boy right here is also, it's one of the rarest. I think this is still counted as the rarest. It's kind of a split between this and Tyriel's Might, the rarest item in Diablo 2, and here you can see the drop rate for it. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of noted in the drop rate. I don't know how accurate this is exactly. Like from Bale, that is a 1 in 113,000. You know, it's pretty easy to get. And I've looked around in D2 JSP, and since the last, I don't know, the last updates on the ladder, I've seen 8 split between softcore and hardcore. And the last listing was around a month ago, so I feel like the numbers are pretty similar. There have been 8 Mangsong's lessons for a much smaller player base. For season 1 of Diablo 2, there have been around 500,000 players, and around 499,000 of them were bots. So and then the same thing applies that this item cannot drop from all zones. It needs to be farmed in I-85 plus zones for you to even have a shot at ever getting this item. What is the main takeaway? That this item is like actually much more common than any of the 6 unique items that you can get. Any of the 6 super unique chase items you can get in Diablo 4, you can get. Kind of a funny way to say that you cannot get these items. And somebody has made a kind of a nice guide on where you can actually get these items, because in Diablo 4 there are the item types you can get are restricted to what monsters you are killing. This is the base. Like if you want a shot at getting a dagger, you need to kill bandits or cultists. You have the best chance of getting that. And that applies for these unique items as well. Like you can get the rings and the amulets, obviously you can get them from everywhere. And then you need these dungeons if you want to get a helm, if you want to get a sword, or if you want to get a two-handed sword. So you might not even get any of these. Like you could be farming for the Harlequin crest in blind barrows and you will never get it because it simply cannot drop from those enemies. In my opinion, this is the part that nobody really asked for. Is it good that there are rare items in Diablo 4? Yes, I really like the rare items. I personally haven't played a lot of Diablo 4 since early access, but I really like that there are items that I can chase for realistically. Now, is 1 in 33 million hours realistic? No fucking way. But hey, it's I guess my build doesn't need a Harlequin crest for me to get viable by, I don't know, level 80 or something, and then not upgrade a single piece of my items because they are so rare. But I don't know. I just kind of want to put these out. So if you don't really have a scope on how rare these items are here, you know, they are very cool. They can exist. I can just download an image of them and put it on my wall, and there it is. I have it. Technically, the same usefulness as in game as in out of game. But yeah, just wanted to get these numbers a little bit together so you can have an idea of how rare these items are. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.